Since the previous video, a number of pre-production units of the Printilizer densitometer have gone out for evaluation and testing. I've already received some good feedback, and Greg Davis of The Naked Photographer has even posted a review video. While I expect this evaluation and testing to be an ongoing process, at this point any further feedback will mostly lead to software and documentation improvements. That being said, this month is when I finally move on to actual production of the hardware. As such, I'd like to give an overview of that process, where things stand, and where they're going. The first step in producing the device is getting the manufacturing and assembly of the circuit boards underway. While the design and layout of the circuit boards was finalized months ago, all of the boards in the pre-production units were painstakingly hand-assembled. While okay for a few units, the process of hand-placing tiny components under a microscope simply takes way too long for any sort of quantity. Scaling up requires having the boards manufactured in larger panels and then having these panels assembled by something called a pick-and-place machine. As of right now, the panel layouts have been finalized, and the panelized circuit boards are currently in the process of being manufactured. I've also prepared all of the component position data necessary for the assembly company to take these panels and transform them into fully assembled circuit boards. With any luck, this means I'm now only a few weeks away from having the production circuit boards come together. However, I'll know more as I continue to communicate with the assembly company and get a better feel for how everyone's schedules mesh together. The next thing I need to do is get everything ordered for the physical assembly of the device. Nearly everything here is already designed, so it's just a matter of a few final tweaks and placing the big orders. The largest part of this is the enclosures themselves, which are 3D printed on a fancy HP multi-jet fusion machine. This is the single most expensive part of the entire device, so I shouldn't get ahead of myself in greenlighting this step. Everything else is mostly just a matter of placing bulk orders for things with already finalized designs, such as graphic overlays and laser-cut acrylic, and for off-the-shelf mechanical hardware like screws. While I'm in the hurry-up-and-wait mode for everything previously mentioned, I need to design and order the final packaging materials. You've already seen what a prototype looks like in a previous video, and I expect the final version to look similar. However, it won't be identical. I'm going to be using a different company to cut the foam, who can provide thicker and firmer foam. I'll also need to design various jigs to help me apply spray adhesive to stick these foam pieces together. Finally, I need to order any materials that will be included with the device. For the time being, this means a lot of USB cables and calibration step wedges. Eventually, this could include various bits of getting started documentation, but I'll figure that out later. So where does this leave everything in terms of schedule? The one thing everyone keeps wondering is when the Printilizer densitometer will finally be available for sale and what it will cost. Well, being the summer, everything is bookended by big family vacations. As of now, the goal is to get everything I've mentioned so far to be at least ordered and in progress before the end of the month. Assuming that all goes well, I should then be able to start actually assembling the production units in August. Once I have a modest inventory of densitometers assembled, calibrated, and packaged, I'll get the whole commerce platform set up and be ready to sell. As far as price, there are still a few too many unknowns to make any firm commitments. However, I know what I'm competing against and the market I'm going after. The goal is to come in somewhere under $300, but by how much will depend on final production costs, how much I value my own labor, and whether or not I decide to do any introductory promotions. So there you have it. Even if this whole process is moving more slowly than we'd all like, everything is still coming along nicely. Feel free to ask any questions below, and please follow our various social media feeds for updates. Until later, bye!